Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something absolutely monumental. We are taking a hard look at the staggering logistical and human impact of a massive, multinational philanthropic effort to build exactly 100 wells across Africa. And you know, this isn't just about drilling holes in the ground. It's actually a fascinating look at how fixing just one fundamental resource, water, literally creates this life-altering ripple effect across entire communities. So let's explore how providing a simple glass of clean water changes, well, absolutely everything.
Okay, let's dive into this and start with the sheer massive scale of this initiative. 100 wells. I mean, just think about the logistics involved here for a second. This project wasn't localized to just one region or one tiny town. These 100 wells were actively drilled and constructed across a massive geographical footprint, covering Kenya, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Somalia, and Cameroon. Coordinating all that heavy drilling equipment, the engineering teams, and local partnerships across 5 completely different nations, that requires a level of operation that you typically only ever see from massive government entities.
And the result of that massive logistical effort is pretty staggering. 500,000 people. By completing these 100 wells, this project instantly provides 500,000 individuals with fresh, unlimited drinking water. And what's truly mind-blowing is the speed of this transformation. In a lot of these villages, the exact moment that spigot is turned on, generations of water scarcity just vanish in an instant. 500,000 lives are immediately transformed simply by having a pressurized, clean water source directly in their community.
Section 1. The danger of disease, more than just thirst.
Take the school system of Nyerere in Kenya, for example. Before this intervention, students were sourcing their daily water from a local river that was, frankly, extremely polluted and utterly unsafe to drink. And because of this, these students regularly suffered from severe afflictions. We're talking chronic diarrhea and incredibly dangerous typhoid infections. These waterborne diseases severely limit a child's daily life, their ability to learn, and tragically, can even cut their lives short.
And this brilliantly illustrates the grim reality of water poverty. Despite those severe health risks we just talked about, these communities had absolutely no other choice for survival. They knew the river water was causing typhoid. They tried to treat it when they could. But at the end of the day, human beings need water to live. When there's no alternative, you are forced to consume the very thing that's making you sick, simply to survive another day.
But contrast that disease-ridden river with the engineering solution provided by the project. By bringing in a giant drill, the team was able to dig hundreds of feet into the ground. They bypassed those polluted surface sources entirely and tapped directly into an enormous aquifer of pure, drinkable water. The result? A single spigot at the Nyerere school that pumps 3,600 gallons of clean water every single day. This infrastructure is built to last, capable of pumping nonstop for up to 30 years, serving not just the 400 students, but the entire surrounding neighborhood.
Section 2. The danger of distance, infrastructure, and safety.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast in the daily physical toll. At the site of the 45th, well, students were waking up at 4 a.m. just to fetch water. They faced this treacherous, mile-long hike down a steep, slippery mountain, filled up jugs that weighed up to 40 pounds, and then had to carry them all the way back up. And they were often doing this twice a day. The risk of serious injury was incredibly high. Now, contrast that grueling physical labor with the aftermath of the project. Unlimited, pure water accessible from a spigot literally just 10 feet away from their school.
But distance and geography present other fatal challenges too. At the site of the 46th well, the project team encountered a village divided right in half by a massive river. During the rainy season, this river swells dramatically, completely swallowing the existing inadequate pathways. Because the local hospital and schools were on the other side, villagers were forced to cross this dangerous water multiple times a day. Tragically, this exact infrastructure failure recently resulted in the unacceptable loss of 3 lives, sweeping away people and animals alike.
You see, you cannot fix a community's foundation without addressing these fatal infrastructure gaps. So, alongside the construction of the wells, a vital concurrent intervention was launched. The team worked with locals to construct a brand new, highly durable bridge designed to withstand the swollen river for the next 100 years. This isn't just concrete and steel, it's a literal lifeline that safely reconnects the village to its hospitals and schools, ensuring families stay together and lives are protected for a century to come.
Section 3. Health and hospital interventions, a lifeline for clinics.
To put this next part into perspective, consider the 600 babies born every single year at one local Zimbabwean clinic.
That is 50 births a month in a medical facility that was operating in dire, absolute desperate need of clean, running water.
The reality of that water shortage was truly shocking. Expectant mothers, women who were about to give birth, were literally forced to walk over a mile from the clinic just to fetch water, and then physically carry those heavy buckets all the way back just so the medical staff could have water for the deliveries. It's almost unbelievable, right? Well, this dangerous burden was instantly eliminated by funding and constructing a modern well directly on the clinic's property, allowing patients and staff to access immediate, clean water with the simple push of a button.
Section 4. Upgrading Education and Agriculture. A ripple effect.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a true educational renaissance. Because the fundamental need for water was finally met, philanthropic efforts were able to expand into supplementary upgrades. Classrooms were totally transformed with new computers, fresh furniture, and fully stocked bookshelves. Dusty chalkboards were swapped out for clean, modern whiteboards and digital projectors. And to solve the issue of long, exhausting commutes to school, students were provided with brand new bicycles. Clean water is the catalyst that allows education to truly thrive. And this ripple effect extends beautifully right into agriculture, powered by some genuinely brilliant off-grid technology. Take well number 69 in Zimbabwe. This well was specially engineered to aid local farmers. It utilizes 200-watt solar panels to capture the sun's energy, which then feeds directly into a specialized, high-capacity pump. The result is a system that can generate 5,000 liters of water every single hour, entirely independent of the electrical grid. This provides an essentially unlimited amount of water for crops and livestock, literally securing the village's food supply even through the harshest dry seasons.
Section 5. A drop in the bucket. The future.
While building 100 wells is a historic achievement, in the grand scheme of the global water crisis, it's really just a drop in the bucket. So the crucial point is encapsulated in this provocative question from the project's founder: if no one else is going to do it, who will? It's so easy to assume that infrastructure problems of this magnitude require the resources and funding of a massive government. But this project proves that humanity can logistically solve this right now. It echoes the powerful sentiment that humanity as a whole must step up and put effort into fixing it. And the best part? That effort is actively continuing. If you're inspired by the logistics, the engineering, and the profound human impact we've explored today, the initiative lives on. 100% of the funds raised through beastphilanthropy.org/wells go directly toward building even more of these life-saving wells all around the globe. It's a fascinating look at how direct, well-engineered intervention can literally change the world, one community at a time. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this leaves you curious to learn even more about how we can engineer solutions to our greatest global challenges.